welcome, Feywild buddies. Happy Thursday. Tonight is the 5th session of our The Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. I may be mother to cats, but here I am, that one DM with the blue hair, to these lovely cast members here on Thursdays. Welcome, chat. Welcome, cats. And let's get started. First, some announcements per our usual schedule is as follows. You can catch Strahd grabbing a quick Bloody Bev on Sundays, the not-so-damaged Veil, also known as Unbroken, on Wednesdays, and our little slice of mostly clown-free shenanigans here at the Witchlight Carnival on Thursdays. As always, mental health days are encouraged on our channel, so keep an eye out in announcements for first updates on said schedule at your mental wellness leisure. All of our streams are at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm getting better at that. Next, why wait for good karma to find you when you can buy it with human paper money? Our emote, Karma the Chameleon, litters various items available for purchase on our merch store. Go check that out to help us keep the witch lights on. Speaking of places you can find littered with chameleons, our Discord is a lizard shop left unattended. Chameleonites of all shapes and sizes get to enjoy basking in the sun upon the rocks and enjoying a light misting of creativity on a daily basis. We are well tended here. Climb on over if you're feeling feeling froggy. Oops. Anyway, as always, the map of the carnival is there, so bad jokes aside, all are welcome in the Discord. And with that, my lovely cast is involved in very cool things outside of Indigo. Damien, go ahead and start us off as always, buddy.
You can find me here doing various things such as being Lofus. Last time I was Lofus, maybe next time Lofus. You can also see me playing games and maybe doing D&D stuff at twitch.tv/Damasaur. Check me out.
Perfect. Alrighty. Bay, Adina, what are you working on right now, buddy, other than this? Anything?
Right now I'm not doing anything, but eventually I might be on Is Friday's channel again with Crypt of the Ruby Dragon, maybe. We can
Perhaps.
pray.
Fair enough. You can watch VODs on that channel or VODs of Kobold Press. Both they are great in both places. Gunther, Maz, go ahead with your podcast, buddy. Nice outfit.
Thank you. You can catch me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well as Spotify with Justin Jacinto. We are finishing up our second big arc here soon. I've got about another episode or two left to record before we find out where the crew is going. We have a paladin without a patron now. We have a wild creature on the loose. So who knows? I might be forced into another continent I wasn't ready for, or I can take them someplace I want to go.
Fair enough. Indigo, Scribe, anything else for the good of the channel, buddies?
No, tune into a very special Strahd Sucks Sunday. We missed last Strahd Sucks just because I was gone. But this Strahd Sucks, we're going to be, if anybody's ever played the Curse of Strahd before, you know that there's a winery known as the Wizard of Wine. But unfortunately, the Wizard of Wine is no more, and their stepson has stepped up, and he has changed it to the Wizard of Weed. So join us, won't you, for a very special Strahd Sucks, but full of good old D&D and lots of munchies. It's gonna be a hoot and a half.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I will also turn your attention to our new redeemable hot pink square. It's Mocat's Poetry Corner. First time it's used, I'll explain it. Go nuts.
Don't know what it does, but I'm interested.
Who knows? Could be great for the players, could be really bad for the players. That brings us to last week's brief and mostly accurate recap, as always. The Witchlight Carnival experienced an act for the ages last week. 2 Mr. Lights danced and entertained in the Big Top extravaganza. Zoe, in tiger form, astounded guests with her druidic talents, and the gang was invited to meet Mr. Witch and Mr. Light after impressing Mr. Light in the Big Top later in the evening, and they will be summoned soon, evidently, or something. In the meantime, the party had a meal of sorts in the form of several fairy cakes. Mr. Light 2.0 with the large member, autocorrect, Scepter, crowned Lofus the winner of the cupcake eating contest, winning himself a Tupperware of his invisibility. Eliwick the gnome bard made herself at home in the memories of our party members, and the cast found she was the one who brought their tickets earlier that evening. Turns out they are exactly where and when they are supposed to be, and nothing more. That brings us to the present. Gunther, welcome back, buddy. You come back in a swirling green mist, and you see all of your fellow players are kind of gazing at the various postings on this tree in front of you. Shockingly enough, Gunther gets in here without having to punch his Witchlight ticket, so you all can be jealous of that. He can now do something again if he wants to. He can come back in here to get cupcakes later, whatever he feels like. But Gunther, you are back in kind of a haze, buddy.
Yeah, man.
You vaguely remember being in a mirror on the other side, desperately trying to claw yourself out. Webbed foot yourself out. You hear the following seance over and over in your head, and I did give this to you. If you
Okay.
would like to read it instead of me, you can go ahead.
Yes. So in Gunther's head, uh, Splinters 3 have been created. Has your carnival curiosity been sated? Complete your stay, and by the way, the Hall of Illusions is underappreciated.
And by briefly looking at the Hall of Illusions, all of you know it is filled to the brim with mirrors. Gunther, you would know you're not quite ready to go back emotionally.
Fair?
But from now until you go back, you are going to feel a longing to gaze upon yourself in one of those many, many mirrors. And thus begins another Maz creepy character arc. Cha-ching.
I blame it. I blame it completely on Lofus. It's starting to rub off on me that I want to look at myself more.
Excellent. But everybody remembers last week, our cast was very interested, primarily Scribe, in the poetry contest. That is one of these small stalls littered in Candlekeep's streets of sorts. So you guys see there's a small sign that says Gnometry above this small stall over next to the Hall of Illusions, next to the feasting orchard. And a small gnome is going, sound the chime, it's time to rhyme. You bring the poem, we bring the Noam. Step right up.
Krivy has redeemed, just so you know, Mocat's
The
poetry
Mocash
corner.
Poetry
right.
So I don't know if you wanna.
Just real quick. So everybody, I mean, you're gonna get a taste of it. I would like Mocat's Poetry Corner. Michael, how the heck did you get 5,000 channel points? Probably because I spend mine. I want everybody to know this is a chance to give players hints, a chance for me to challenge myself. I would like to be able to write poems faster, so I'm going to give myself, every time that is redeemed, probably about 3 minutes, however long the players can stall on screen and try to ruin the current plot arc while I furiously write a poem, maybe to give them a hint about what to do next if the cast has any requests for maybe a hint of some sort. Give me a topic. If the chat would like a specific topic as a poem, I mean, it's the person who spends the 5,000 channel points, buddies.
Ooh.
That's all you. I'm, as long as it's poem related, I'm into it. I'll describe a character. I'll describe an NPC in poem form. Maybe I'm just trying to give you some ideas. But go nuts.
While Krivy's trying to figure out what exactly they would like a poem based off of, I think I would look at the list of different things and be like, I just wish Gunther was here. I feel like Gunther would really get into the poetry.
Oh God.
Gunther!
Sorry. Yeah. It's been a weird little bit.
Where
Huh?
have you been?
You need to warn us.
Is that Von Gunther?
That is It's Von Gunther of the Gunthers.
Good God. I can't believe we're still keeping this bit up. Yeah. What happened to you guys? I looked one way. Then I looked away, and you guys were gone. So anything, you abandoned me.
I don't know if that's entirely accurate. If we did abandon you, maybe we need to find a leash for you or something, just to keep a.
Or we can have open communication of where we're going.
Well, I don't know how to communicate telepathically or anything along those lines. I wish I had that ability. If only we knew someone here who had that ability, then we'd be able to openly communicate.
That's crazy. As I telepathically go to Thoe and Lopez, like, what the heck, guys?
Hey, I called you. I was like, ring, 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 and only Thoe picked up, and you didn't. You left me on red.
It's true.
Beyond
I was there.
Beyond red. I'm sorry. I saw something shiny, and as you can tell, once I see something shiny, I have to take it. But I didn't. I restrained myself, and then I just wandered back.
We're just glad you're all right. Then, we had to.
What I missed?
Well, there was a performance under the big top. We got to do a little bit of performing there, and then our good pal Lofus won a cupcake eating contest. But Bay gave them a definite run for their money, as did Thoe, who was transforming into different animals.
Man. Well, if my luck is anything like the snail races, I'm probably sure I'm probably sure it's better that I didn't eat the cupcakes. So yeah. Hey guys, we should really check out the Hall of Illusions at some point. Like at some point.
What's the Hall of Illusions?
He'll point in the direction of it.
Oh, is that where you've been the whole time?
I've been wandering just to look at it. I haven't gone in because I didn't want to do it without you guys. But at some point, we might want to make our way over there.
Are any of these times it's at 4 and we can't miss it, like the poetry thing? Or if we went to the Hall of Mirrors, would the poetry thing still be open?
I mean, what if we went to the poetry thing first, because it did sound like there was a gnome over there sort of yelling to gather around and barking and whatnot. What if we did the poetry thing, but then after that we went over and checked out the Hall of Illusions?
Yeah,
That's
fine.
what I was going to say.
Yeah. You guys have like a timed thing that is open the entire fair. So.
Yeah. I'm into it.
I need to tell everybody that the poem thing is just a stall that says Gnometry on the top. I mean, it's here all
Yeah, but
night.
we're here already. Like, there's a lot of backtracking. That's rule number 1 of theme parks. You go in a loop. You don't go backtracking.
Have you been to many theme parks, Gunther?
I've been to a couple carnivals.
What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite one was on the island I was on. But I was on a rather evil island, so we all did it ourselves. It's called the Hop Along Fair, but typically it ended with some sort of ritual sacrifice to a lich. But you know,
wow.
You can't choose where you come from.
All rides end in the gift shop or the lich lair. Yeah, no,
But
that's...
you can choose what your favorite is, and you say that one's your favorite.
No, I didn't say it was my favorite. I just said I've been to it. It wasn't a choice.
I don't think that was a theme park, Gunther.
It's all about perspective, man.
Yeah. Well, I happen to know
Anyway,
a lot of
poetry?
good poetries. I happen to know a few theme parks that are cult-ish. Yeah, let's go do some poetry. Let's do it. Gnometry. I'm going to head over to the booth and be like, hello, sir. We were interested in partaking in your booth. Is this a contest of sorts?
Yes. You can clearly see that this voice of his was just a front to get people to come over. Yep. This is a poetry contest.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready to participate? Are all of you participating? And this gnome that his name is Bert Herdy, like Heardy. And he's furiously flipping through pre-written material. But before we start, I did test myself, and I mean, Michael did submit 5,000 channel points for this. Lofus, this poem is for you, buddy. I think the chat kind of decided we're doing a 3 inches of height situation.
Yes.
So this is off the cuff, man. This is the kind of content you can expect from Mocat's short notice. We'll see if this was a good idea or not. I call it 3 inches of height. 3 inches of height. Good and gone for the night. A true shame for Lofus indeed. He may be quite short, and it's quite important to note he's still tall-ish. Take heed. All right. 5,000 channel points well spent, Michael.
Uh,
I wrote that down.
I'm gonna spend so many channel points. So many channel points.
And I gotta say, that was posted at 8:16. It's 8:21. That was like exactly 5 minutes, including
I
deliveries.
just
So
want
I
to hear
think,
more poems about how short Lofus is.
yeah, I would like to up the ante on this and say I'll give somebody DM inspiration for the session if I can't accomplish that time frame. Does that sound fair to everybody?
A beautiful thing. I love that
Perfect.
you have to write poems for us, but Lofus is so short you'd have to write a haiku.
Oh,
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Bravo,
Next-
bravo.
The next booth over is a roast booth.
got him.
Alrighty, gang. So who would like to go first as this small gnome of a man is kind of looking at you guys like, who is my challenger? Unless so I'm not gonna lie, chat. Everybody kind of preemptively prepared for this because this is a lot. So I have Scribe and myself who have things that kind of go hand in hand. But I also have Adina and Damien who kind of wrote ballads. So chat, you let me know if you guys would like to vote. I mean, I'm giving prizes for this. So do we want to do like a Damien Adina situation and then a Scribe versus Mocat situation? Is that okay with everybody? Maz and Indigo will both have things. Don't worry, there are plenty of carnival games for multiple skills. They are not going to be left behind this session.
Let's hear the ballads. Let's hear the epics.
Okay. And chat, just chime in, as soon as they're both done. Yeah, okay, sweet. Votes are gonna happen. Well, Adina and Damien, do you guys want to roll a D20 to see who has to go first? We'll say 1 to 10, Adina, 11 to 20, Damien. Is that fair?
Sure. Wait, do we each roll? Oh,
Just
Lofus rolled 20.
yeah, we can just roll 1. That's fine. Whoever wants to roll it.
Well, Lofus rolled 20, so what does that mean?
That means
probably goes
Damien, you're
first.
going. Well, you know what? Was it a nat 20?
It was
No.
a 15
No, it was a wet
plus
20.
5. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's you going first then, buddy. I was going to say a nat 20 would be you get to choose, but are you ready? The gnome that's looking at the pieces of paper in his hand looks up at you and goes, "Okay, I guess you're going." And he kind of sighs with relief and folds the papers and puts them into his pocket. He's been at this for a long time already this evening. Go ahead whenever you're ready, bud. I'm very excited to hear this.
So, hey everybody, name's Lofus Von Godwin, of course, as you may have heard.
Robin in the back goes, "Woo!"
Now, I do want to preface this. I wrote this after witnessing this myself, and I like to title this poem, A Day in the Life of Robin.
Woo!
It happened on that very night. The same where I met Mr. Light. Once our eyes met, they were locked, and it felt as if time itself had stopped. Time stood still, but only for a moment. I had only appeared to mock my opponent. The experience I got was incredibly thrilling. Never did I expect something so fulfilling. As we hung together, 30 feet above the floor, I just knew that there had to be something more. With the snap of my fingers, a shape took. A rod appeared in my hand with the same look. That is a mighty fine staff you have there. But compared to mine, his looked rather bare. 'Tis a magnificent replica, he had said. But I knew for a fact he wanted mine instead. Alas, he left before we could spend more time together. And trust me when I say, I will remember this night forever.
Can we do the poetry claps? I don't know how to poetry snaps. Poetry snaps. The small goblin kind of looks you up and down, He is beaming, Lofus. Very well done. Adina, Bay also has a ballad, yes?
Yes, except it is less true to what's it, actual happenings and more of a fan fiction-esque of what I wish would have happened instead of what actually has occurred. But it's mainly the same, just some characters switched around. Um, it is untitled because Bay doesn't care about that.
That is so deep.
Fair enough.
Dude.
When performing every evening, Robin always crits, and Witch is there to spectate and participate in bits. It seems like competition, and yet it's also not. A little bit of romance is woven in this plot. The circus holds its breath and waits, the music trembling soft. Witch will do his act and wait, Robin follows, tripping oft. They take their turns in pairs, bright gaze meeting gaze. The crowd is going crazy, but neither seem too phased. As the night wraps quickly and the two fade in the crowd, Robin tries to call for Witch, but the cheers were much too loud. The two will someday meet again, although we know not when. We can only pray they reunite with us in the big top tent. Weber.
Of applause, buddy. So good. I'm so happy to be here.
Robin is just crying after it's just fan fiction poems. Amazing.
Wow. Okay. Well, chat, feel free to vote. Damien versus Adina, Lofus versus Bay. Just put maybe a B or an L in chat for speed purposes. I'm not sure. We can continue if you guys would like, because or how about I explain the rules of what Scribe and I are about to do, because Nometry, how I imagine it, is kind of like a rapid fire, one after the other, 3 rounds, kind of like a rock paper scissors type of thing. So we're gonna do round 1 vote, round 2 vote, round 3 vote, best 2 out of 3 kind of a situation.
All right.
But I would like us to read our whole thing. So chat, like, stay on your toes and just vote, like, as we go here, and then we'll count them at the end. Does that sound fun? I feel like that's the best way to do this. I'm not the best
I don't feel
DM
like I
this evening.
understand the rules, but I'm gonna follow along and see if I can.
Just the way Scribe and I did our situations, I think it works this way. So, Scribe, would you like to start, or would you like Bert to start?
I would age before beauty. I would extend to Bert, so that Bert may go first.
Okay. Bert is in a long tailcoat with, it's all teal with brown penny loafers, and his hair slicked back into one long curl that kind of sticks out in a cowlick at the back. And he takes some reading glasses from behind his ear in the form of a monocle, and holds it out as a piece of paper reemerges from his pocket. And he goes, "Are you ready?"
I was born ready.
And I would like to preface, this is campaign related, everything here, so there are technically hints about this campaign in this poem. Very fun. Rivers run free, but how could it be that the swans that swim don't do so with glee? At least not naturally. But don't you see? Their feathers are light. As you peruse this night, be wary of the stitches 3. Robin, it's your go.
The rabbit, the pirate, and the frog. 3 pieces of a whole, the light within the fog. The rabbit leaps forward, unabashedly so. The fire within them will only grow and grow. The pirate is stalwart, sword rarely drawn, bravery incarnate, his eyes always filled with song. The frog's hands move fast, but his mind moves faster, shows that a hero need not be a caster. Villains, beware, to see us travel by night. Think to yourselves, I don't want this fight.
Bert visibly and audibly gulps before continuing. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have that much prepared, and his hands are kind of shaking a little bit as his monocle kind of taps harshly against his eyebrow.
You've got this.
Which in he gulps again. Witch and light control this place, but notice the sneers upon their face. Both pride and joy are in a race to beat time itself in tune with space. Perhaps they perform with wholesome grace, but be warned, their stride is with a trace. Night comes from light and vice versa in this case. This riddle of games will you ace?
You confuse me, confound me in such short time, for I don't understand. There's no rhythm and no rhyme. You're timid to jump, you're afraid of the light. When the stage is all yours, there's no need to fright. Change into a beast, your heart gives a roar. Just like the crowd, we're all craving for more. I'm one of the Fae, to the queens I've bowed to. But I add one more to the list, because Thoe, I'd bow to you too.
Bert is audibly and physically crying, kind of looking between Thoe and Robin, as he shakily begins to read his last bit of his poem. Your poems 3 are sure to be a business to be reckoned, but forward thus you really must allow yourselves be beckoned. Perhaps a few stray splinters remain this carnival night. It will be tight, but maybe you might make the time before it withers.
There once was a boy who nobody wanted. Forgotten, traded, just some prey to be hunted. Sold to the fairies, taught the ways of a song. A home long discarded, a father now gone. So he traveled, and he sang, and he drank lots of wine. He laughed, and he smiled, and he said he was fine. But each night grew darker. The light it would dim. The boy became callous because he didn't fit in. Then the boy found a pirate and a few friends more. The darkness that brewed just wasn't there anymore. The carnival called him, a song low and sweet. It beckons and whispers, your tribe you shall meet. Now the boy isn't lonely. He now feels all right, thanks to one Mr. Witch and one Mr. Light.
Okay. Well, that was really, really good. I mean, chat, go ahead with your yep. I agree. I think Robin won, but I'll give chat another couple seconds here. And if you
No
guys
dice.
yeah, if you guys want to vote on Bay and Lofus, still go ahead and do so. Robin, go ahead, and I need you. What should I have you roll me here? A d8?
Oh, I can do
Perhaps?
that. I can do that. Let's do this. I think it's exclamation point D8.
Yes.
A 7.
Ooh.
Buddy, this is such a good prize. You kind of blink back into reality. For a quick moment, it almost seems like the words enveloped the air around you all as this little contest finishes up here. And you see, kind of from behind the stall, crawls a cuddly toy spider. And Robin, you win. It kind of deanimates at your feet. It is very soft. It is easily held in your hands. As an
Sure.
action, You can stroke the spider to gain the benefit of spider climb. That lasts for an hour. And once used, the toy
Ooh.
turns into a real spider and crawls away. Or someone could keep it as a pet. So,
Oh, it's like a little like stuffy spider.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's perfect. Hi, little one. I'm gonna name you Charlotte. Seems appropriate.
Ooh.
Wouldn't it suck if someone like pet it before you did though?
Oh.
It would. It would.
I'm not saying that I would do that, but I just think of
Well,
every possibility.
Speaking out loud on
Why
that
I'm
one.
so lucky is because I think of every possibility prior to something happening.
True. It would be a shame. I'm just happy to have Charlotte at my side.
But that would constitute stealing if you took his plushie, and we don't steal. It's
What if it was an
fair.
accident? I'm just saying, be
An
careful.
accidental mistaking of a stuffy?
Or someone's just hand just brushes it, accidentally gives them spider climb.
Oh, that's true.
You would have to roll high enough for that to happen. Anyways, Robin, fantastic.
Thank you kindly. Thank you. That was a great deal of fun. And thank you. I'll look at the gnome and just sort of give a small nod and I said, we appreciate your time.
Bert is just looking you up and down, Robin, slowly taking out a on a break sign to prop it up on his stall as he goes to take a little bit of a mental breather. He nods and bows to you, one hand in front of him, one hand in back above his rump. And it looks like, oh, thank you for the bits, Gothic Gamer. Appreciate you, buddy. And chat has nominated, it looks like Bay. You won your little guy there. So do you also want to roll a d8? You can also get a prize here if you would like.
Sure. I don't know how to roll in chat, but is it exclamation mark?
Exclamation
Yeah,
point
exclamation
D8.
part D8.
Okay.
A 1? Oh, okay. So we get to do this. Roll me a d100.
Oh, I hope it's on a
Damn,
dancing
that
lights
came in.
wand.
Are you kidding me?
9.
A 9 on a D100.
It's almost divine intervention worthy.
You now have a small chess piece shaped like a dancing Mr. Light 2.0, aka Robin. Complete with staff.
Oh, you lucky duck, you.
Like it's like a necklace?
Like an action figure. You can put it on a necklace if you want.
Oh, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a. Did you say a chest piece?
A chess piece. Like the size of a chess
Oh.
piece.
The figurine.
A figurine.
Yes.
Do I have pockets? Because if I don't have pockets,
You've
that
got a
thing's on me.
Hawaiian dad shirt. It can have a couple of pockets
I
on
guess
that
in
bad
my
boy.
little lapel pocket, I'll
Yeah.
stick it in there.
But its head
Sounds
sticks
His head
out
is just
just a little too long.
poking out.
I'm
like it.
immediately thinking Night at the Museum with like Owen Wilson's character, like just
Gigantor!
Gigantor.
And Bay, this is one free reroll for anybody in the party if you place your chess piece. You don't have to use it on yourself, it's for anybody.
Fantastic.
And that brings us, as everybody is getting their gifts, Bay and Robin, you see that same green mist that swirled and took Gunther earlier this evening starts to swirl around your feet. And it kind of forms a tunnel that swallows your legs, your knees, your hips, your
Guys,
chest,
everyone.
your neck.
Oh god, not again.
And your vision goes black. The rest of the party does not notice this.
Okay.
This is all
Oh.
Just
in your
real
head.
quick. Oh, in my head. All right.
Mhm.
I totally don't see Robin getting stolen from us. Hey.
And I will say this, Cast is willing to help me out this evening. We are going to start 4 gnomes appear, almost mirror images of Bert. Everybody has a different name tag than Bert Hurdy, though, and they are kind of swirling around your head slowly, all with a piece of paper in front of them. Adina?
All right. So I'm Gerald Dean, and I start reading my poem. A kiss from the past is all you need. His majesty was filled with greed when he took your heart and did not heed your feelings. Thus begins our creed.
Maz?
The other gnome, his name tag says Pippin von Guntero. Um, uh, his love for you grows like a weed. He sowed itself from just a seed. It came from the deed when you freed him from the capture of a hatred-filled stampede.
Mian.
Fontaine Bishop. So many precede you. Oh, but Robin, you exceed. All of them, yes, indeed. Come back to him like a snail infused with speed. Do not recede, instead concede.
Priza Feckle Peckle. To true love's lost, a rare breed when mixed with mead. He doesn't mislead, but hides refereed. By the rules of this merger, this carnival contains your lead.
Robin, as the swirling gnomes start to dissipate around your head, they become a shower of roses that does materialize as you gain your vision back. And all of the sudden, you are next to your friends, next to this gnometry booth with multicolored roses that suddenly turn black fall around your feet. Probably 3 dozen or so of them. None of them are trimmed, all of them have their thorns.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
I just sort of blacked out for a second. There were these 4 gnomes, and they were reading these poems at me and to me, somewhat cryptic in nature. And I, to the best of my ability, tried to share what I heard them say and things of that sort.
Robin, my dear friend, was there something in your cupcakes or something? Because you were here this whole time.
All right. Yeah. No. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It was just so similar to this. Does this mean anything to anyone? And I looked down at like the flowers at my feet. Are they still there? The black roses.
They are beginning to die
Huh.
around your feet, but they were multicolored and now they are black, but they're kind of shriveling up. They're going to be dried very soon.
Does this mean anything to anyone?
I know that if you were to have a gold watering can and you were to re-water these, they would turn golden. But I've heard it's only in legend.
Chloe?
It's
Yeah, I
plates
was
for
gonna say
animals'
the circle of
crops.
life.
Chloe?
I think you should write down as much as you can remember so that if it's a clue to something, you don't forget it all before you write it down.
Perfect. Mother of Cats, could I get a copy of that poem that you read?
Sure can. Let me go ahead and just copy and paste it real quick. Copy. Paste. It does have everybody's name on it for like who read what. I entitled it the Robin poem.
No, it's very good.
We collectively call it the round robin.
Oh,
that's good.
Ah.
even better.
Robin, just as you recited a poem that included some feelings for Thoe, you have the strong urge that this was kind of a love letter to you from beyond.
All right. Oh. I know who this is from, don't I?
Yes. You don't know their current name.
Right. I will start scanning the crowd.
You do not recognize anyone.
All right.
Yeah. You all right, buddy?
Yeah.
You look like you figured something out.
No, no, I just sometimes your past rushes up to greet you. And it's a warm embrace, and sometimes your past rushes up to greet you and slaps you in the face. Feels
Which one is this?
little of both. So it's yeah, I'm fine. I'm enjoying myself in um it was a wise philosopher that said ain't nothing gonna break my stride. So I say we continue onward, and I'll just keep an eye out. Perhaps there's more to this carnival than meets the eye. I know that we've started to slowly discover that, but I worry that there are things at play here and forces at work here that are beyond the surface.
Since we're spilling guts and being joint in efforts,
Sure.
Gunther will recite the poem that he had when he walked, when he got taken or kidnapped, or uh, he goes, apparently, whoever is doing this has affinity for two things: cryptic messages and poetry.
All right. All right.
But that guy, and he points, that guy that you just talked with, uh, also said something about uh shards, the three splinters of three. Mine also has something to do with splinting splinters into three as well. So maybe we should be looking for three of something.
All right. Yeah, perhaps. Um, yeah. I mean, weren't there? Let's think of the individuals that we've interacted with. The girl in the mirror. Yes. Do you think they're tied to this as well?
Didn't we see three figures when we looked in the mirror before?
In the
Like at first there
mirror.
were three figures, and then there was just the one who we kind of communicated with.
Yes.
Not in character, of course, but I do believe was it Robin that had met that strange figure or being inside the dressing room?
I thought we all saw the moon
The
lady.
moon-faced, um, one of the same three figures. I mean, they're popping up in mirrors all over the place.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Yeah, they're the same three though. You're correct. These are also the same three that Maz saw, as I reminded everybody last session, amongst the crowds, kind of stealing wings from folks who don't have tickets. Yes.
Yes. So they're obviously not. They don't care if their appearance has been made because they're moving publicly. So it's not like they're doing this secretly. Uh, I think it might be worth it. We finish up what we're doing here, but might be worth looking at Mr. Witch and Mr. Light again, and seeing if we can find anything.
All right.
Because nothing seems to go on without them knowing about it.
Right. So perhaps a meeting of sorts.
You put on a. They seemed to work the first time, right?
Right. What's left to do at the carnival tonight? Isn't there a schedule of events and things of that sort?
There's
Yeah.
an orc staring contest.
There's a what?
I think it was an orc staring contest.
Huh? They might be at that. Um,
It was orcs, right? Am I?
That is one of the kind of less involved carnival games.
So how much have a
Only one I remember.
so I've got a little bit of a little bit of a plan. What options do we have for carnival games? Or is there there's something for everybody, I assume, because that's what we were talking about earlier.
The small stalls, you mean?
Yeah.
We have. Oh, never mind. I thought you wanted me to list them. Go ahead.
No. How much of a crowd has Robin and the other gentleman caused? Because if it was a flurry as we saw it, I assume there might have been some onlookers. Because you get kind of peeking at those games when someone's doing really good.
You have drawn quite the crowd. You'll notice, Maz. Give me a perception check.
Got it. Because sometimes if you play against the house, and you start to win, you attract attention. Thank God I have advantage on these things.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16. You do see, just because you are looking for threes, you are looking for witch and light, I'm assuming. You are looking for anything amongst the poems that you have been recited and have recited yourself. You see, Mr. Witch is currently headed towards the carousel through the crowd, kind of spinning his baton in his hand. And Mr. Light, sorry, did I say Mr. Witch or Mr. Light? Mr.
Mr. Witch is heading to the
Witch
carousel.
Carousel Light Gondola Swans. He's heading
Gondola
towards the Gondola
Swans.
Swans. So they're not doing anything nefarious. They're just kind of walking slowly, drifting through the crowds. They're probably on a round of some sort. They did say that they would call for you when they were ready for a meeting. But if you guys want, I mean, you know where the staff area is, you know where vaguely how to get to where their trailer is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wagon, but
But they said that they
trailer.
would call to us when they're ready to meet.
Yeah, but how do
They
you
said you would be summoned.
attract attention of an owner? You start to clear them out for everything they have. So my plan is find games you're good at, start winning them, attract the crowd, because not only are we going to start attracting the crowd to come here so they can pay more, we're doing a double-edged sword. We're getting some notoriety. We're hopefully attracting their attention to maybe expedite this meeting just a little bit more.
Well,
Uh,
haven't we done that? I mean, poetry contest, cupcake eating. I mean, how many more do you think it's going to take?
so rules happen in threes. Let's do one more.
All right.
What do you think we should do?
Um. Uh. I mean, there's Bay. I think maybe catch the dragon by the tail. You're pretty fast. You might be able to do that one. You're gonna be
That is
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was a speed or an agility thing.
well. Either way, you seem pretty limber. Um. The outstare the Cyclops. I think we should put our Cyclops against their Cyclops. And he looks at Lofus. Um. And uh. And then I can try the ring toss. But if we can get one more solid win, I think Thelya might be good at maybe because she's very analytical. Maybe the number of feathers. Maybe she can find out a good number behind it. But if we can get a good win, we might have something here.
All right. It's as solid a plan as we have so far, Gunther.
Are we splitting up or are we doing these together separately?
I say we start the crowd. We follow each other. We route each other on. We start the crowd.
Okay.
I will tell you all this, just because, Gunther, you are definitely on the right track. But I will say these are posted, like these are readily available. These are not normal carnival, like they are not rigged things. They are based in actual skill. That's what makes this carnival so great. They want people to continue coming back. They don't want anybody to leave thinking they've been ripped off or they didn't have as good of a time as they possibly could have. Everybody deserves a prize here. Everybody should leave with something so that other folks know about the Witchlight Carnival. Everybody should be able to see something in your hand and go, "Oh, where'd you get that?" Kind of a unspoken marketing situation. That is the method to the madness.
Got it.
They want word to get out. So
word of
the
mouth is the most
word of
popular
mouth.
way, yeah, to advertise
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Because
Which
the only
means
other
we need to carry the giant stuffed bears.
the only other thing, this carnival finds you're playing it once every 8 years. It's kind of hit or miss, so you want to catch it while it's there. The ring toss is dexterity based. The dragon by the tail is wisdom based. The poetry contest, charisma based. You all probably learned that as your bard exceeded. Goblin wrestling is strength. We have the guess the number of feathers, which is intelligence. And then outstare the Cyclops is constitution. So if anybody wants to go with what they're good at, absolutely feel free.
I'm
If
feeling the
it's-
ring toss.
Yeah, I was gonna say ring toss for me as well because Dexterity would be my highest.
Would these be saving throws or just your
There's a listing of recommended skills you should have before entering this. You're not sure.
Because, like, I have the same score for wisdom and dexterity, but my saving throw is proficient, so it's a +6 for dexterity and a +4 for wisdom saving
They
throws.
could be checks or saving throws. Either one.
I'll do the dragon one, since everybody else is doing the ring toss.
Zoe, what are you thinking?
Lofus and Gunther could. We've got 2 ringers in for the ring toss, and maybe Bay and Thoe trying to tackle a dragon, and I'll back clean up. Like I'll provide support where I can.
And I'll just ask, Thoe, looking over at the Catch the Dragon by the Tail, this is fairy dragons that are participating. So I will give you advantage if you try and catch your dragon's tail, if you would like to participate.
Wait, a dragon that's already with me?
You have a fairy dragon. These are
I
fairy
do,
dragons
but
that
it
are...
feels like cheating. I'm not sure. I mean, yes, I could absolutely do that, but I feel like Zoe probably wouldn't because she would consider that cheating.
There is a bring your own dragon sign
There is?
on the
Okay.
front.
All right, perfect. Then
It's-
if she's allowed, she's just very rule based, and so she wouldn't do this unless it was like, yeah.
That is fair. You all can get the gist that these carnival games, you are drawn to them based off of your personalities. This carnival is kind of pandering itself in a way to its guests. So even if it would be in your character to feel bad, you do not. This game was made for you, my friend. Okay, so which one are we going to first? Ring toss, dex, or catch the dragon by the tail, wisdom?
Let's do.
You can always flip a coin.
Yeah, let's flip a coin. I'm
Who
all for
has
that.
a coin?
I've got one. Heads, we catch a dragon. Tails, we do ring toss. Tails, we're starting with ring toss.
Ring toss, very well. You guys step up to the ring toss, and the very, very short, also a gnome announcer goes, "This Almirage is no mirage. Adorn its horn with 2 or 3 rings to win a prize." And you all can tell that this game involves tossing rings over the horn of a wooden statuette of an Almirage, which is a cute bunny-like creature with a horn, like a unicorn, as I was describing last session. And it kind of teleports around on a tabletop. It is by itself. It's not like the cups that you have to throw balls into that are all just there. This thing is moving around in kind of little puffs of purple. And you have no idea where it's going to end up next. But it's definitely hard to score a success, but it's not impossible. So everybody gets 3 rings that is participating. Okay, who all is participating in this? Alrighty. We've got Lofus and we have got Gunther. So you both roll me 3, or you know what? Both of you roll me 1 dex check, please. Just a straight dex check. There's nothing crazy about this. Just your dex modifier, please.
23.
Are you guys throwing these with any type of flair? Are you trying to... Do you have a strategy?
Yeah, with a little bit of flair. Is it like it's a stall, but is there like a roof to it?
Yeah, there's a little roof.
Cool. Gunther staying behind, still playing Carnival Rules, staying behind but he's gonna stick to the roof and then toss it.
You're gonna essentially rely on gravity.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, your first ring finds its target, my friend. There's a little shing, 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 shing as the ring finds its mark and kind of shimmies itself in a swirl down the Almirage's horn. Lofus, what are you doing for your first toss here, buddy?
So, as I normally do in competitions like that, I discuss with my Echo. So I summon him next to me. When do you think we should throw it? I think we should throw it now. Well, okay, wait, now, as in like now, or like then now when you said it, and then, no, I mean like now. So I just tossed it. I said, okay, we'll get it out. It's out there.
Alrighty. And what did you roll? Dex check.
17.
You also meet your mark. Little shing, 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 shing. I need both of you to roll again for me, please. Same thing. 1 dex check per person.
Are there other individuals playing this game?
At the same time as you, yes.
Okay.
And that's why this second toss is going to be a little bit harder than the first.
That's
because
all
as you
I
two...
needed to know.
Yep.
He's gonna motion to Lofus. Please, you seem to have a whole thing going here.
Wait, which Lovis are you speaking to?
The taller one.
I swapped places with the taller one. Oh, okay, thank you. Me? Yes, me. Let's beat Gunther. Oh, yes, we beat him last time in the snow race. Yes, we did. Let's do it again.
As you guys are making this look way too easy, a crowd, Gunther, does start to form.
Yeah.
Mostly looking at you and your sticky, sticky feet. Lofus, what'd you roll, buddy?
While looking at Gunther to do the flair of throwing it and making it, I rolled an 8.
An 8. Lofus's second ring does not ring true.
Hang on. It may. Robin is going to tap into his bardic magics. And he is going to utilize the spell Silver Barbs. Are you familiar with this spell? So,
Yes.
as an individual is throwing the ring, one of the other individuals, I'm going to cough really, really loud. We've done this bit before. And as I cough really, really, really loud, it's going to draw Lofus's eye a little bit closer. And we're going to take their roll and give their look to Lofus. So, you will roll 2 dice for the NPC player if you'd like. But Lofus instead gets to roll at advantage, as he takes a little bit of their luck in the situation and rolls the dice.
Okay.
It's
Go
just,
ahead and...
this is like basketball, I imagine, where it's just like, Ted Nugent, like you're just, what? And then you're turning and Lofus is laughing,
Yeah.
but works better under the situation.
Alrighty. Lofus, you can roll again, buddy. Go ahead.
I promise
buddy.
to only do this once a turn.
12.
Better.
Okay. I mean, that is barely enough, Lofus. You guys watch as the gentleman right next to Lofus, you both instantly blink at the same time, hearing the cough from Robin. And Lofus, you have just enough time watching the gentleman next to you, his ring, go ring, jing, jing, jing around the top of this bunny while yours lands haphazardly right next to it as it teleports at the last second. Would have been your ring, buddy. Do you start celebrating before the gentleman next to you can tell that it was his ring that actually went onto this rabbit?
No, I continue looking Gunther in the eyes. Gunther von Gunther. I'm like,
Let's get through.
Okay, well then the gentleman next to you, Lofus, goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Was that yours?"
was that my what?
The ring.
Yes, well, yes, see, I knew I was going to make it, so I did the thing where, I look an opponent in the eyes and I throw it and I make it, and it happens every time.
Okay, give me a deception roll, Lofus.
Ooh, bud, you're doubling down.
A 12.
Hey, this guy...
Gunther slings his ring to distract the other guy. With the 7, he just slings it across the field to hopefully buy him some time.
The gentleman, give me a performance check, Gunther, as
Sure.
you make a grand show of. Are you throwing your arm in front of Lofus and this gentleman, kind of like a? My bad.
I intend. So as I throw it, I just kind of pop off the ceiling. So it's more like I'm falling, and as I throw it.
Okay.
Trying to one up each other.
You fall.
Listen, I'm buying you time. Is what I'm doing.
You unsuction cup from the ceiling
Not with
and
a three.
land directly in front of this gentleman and Lofus.
Oh, sorry.
I
Sorry
mean,
about that.
the gentleman kind of side-eyes you both and looks at the guy running the stand and outstretches a hand to claim his prize. Gunther, I need you to do your second one here, buddy. Give me a dex check.
Okay. A 6.
Oh,
A 6.
We're
Gunther.
rolling. We had one good roll. It's all right. We got one more.
You're a little bit off balance just from coming off of your trip on the ceiling, buddy.
That's fair.
You both miss your second round. Go ahead and give me a third. You have one more shot. 2 out of 3, buddy. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a famous vegetable say that one day.
Wait, is that one guy the one before he like got his prize and left? Is he still standing there?
Yeah, he's standing there. He's just waiting for his prize to be handed to him.
All right, I'm gonna call his name. I don't know his name. I'm gonna say, "Hey, you," and I'm gonna throw like the thing like at his face. But as I like start to reach to let go, I swap places with my echo and do a regular throw.
The man does not flinch.
this poor man. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna help Gunther, because I helped Lofus on the last one. I'm gonna do the same thing as I did before. If there's anyone else playing, I will are making any sort of skill checks or anything along those lines. I will use my reaction this turn to help Gunther on his throw.
I appreciate that. The first one's a 10. There's one's a 10, but feeling it, Gunther's gonna be like, "Oh, come on, I really need to do this one. I can't let Lofus pop me up." And then I'm gonna use my psychic die to improve this throw.
All right.
You using
on, D6.
So you're using this to affect the 10 here, bud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Come on, 6. Yeah, 16.
He did it.
Absolutely.
The frog uses the force to win the ring toss.
I think it's just happenstance that like he throws it and it goes wide, and then the target just appears under it. It was complete luck,
It
but it
bounces
looks
off my
real
13.
cool.
Wow. Alrighty. And Lofus, was yours that 13?
It was a 13, yeah.
Okay. You both do make your other throws. And Hugh, the gentleman next to you both, nods. And at his side, you see a swirling scepter with butterflies on the top as he kind of goes around the side of this small stand and pops back out the other side as Mr. Light.
Wait a minute. Oh, I was gonna ask if his last name was Man.
Mr. Light himself would like to give you your prizes. So I need you both
Fantastic.
to roll me d8s.
I've been Fate touched once. I can do it again. It's fine.
Damien, 8 for you. Aw, Damien, this is so cute. You see as Mr. Light winks as he reaches into his pocket, out comes a ton of red glitter, buddy. Like this thing is covered in glitter. And on his hand is a glove puppet in the shape of a wizard. As an action, you can move the puppet's arms to cast Minor Illusion. And you can use this 3 times. 3
Fantastic.
times, little puppet wizard. And what'd you get?
I got a 2.
You got a 2?
Yeah.
Oh no. Alright.
Yeah, it's fine. It can't be worse than the one-use dancing lights one.
This isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
Gunther, you get a wooden wand with 8 charges.
What?
As an action, you can spend one of the charges to cast you know what I'm trying to say.
Prestidigitation?
Thank you. It cannot be recharged. Yes. Lofus. So Gunther has another wand, everybody. That Mr. Light twirls with a flourish and hands over to you. He hands the puppet to you, Lofus. Gunther, you have your wand. And he's just smiling, looking at both of you, looking over at Thoe with her small fairy dragon poking its head out of the satchel at her side, looking at Bay, wondering what the heck is going on in that rabbit's head. Always up to no good. And looking back at Robin, who, at a glance, Robin, you look a little tired right now. Like you have a lot to think about, probably, right?
Sure.
And he just looks at all of you expectantly, like, well, have you learned anything?
That we've given the martial frog 2 magic wands. That's what we've learned. I'm going for a third, Mr. Light.
Mr.
Three's
Light,
no-
Mr. Light, did you hear my poem that I wrote about you?
I did. I hear everything that happens in this carnival.
Oh,
Gunther, I'm glad that you noticed the pattern of threes. That'll do you well later.
Mr. Light, can I ask you a question?
I suppose.
You mentioned that the rule of threes is very powerful. I know that that's a thing with us Fae. Yet there's only you and Mr. Witch, isn't there? Is there a third as a part of your group?
The
That-
carnival is our third.
The carnival is the third. Okay. That's lovely. Do you know of everyone that's come through the carnival? Do you keep track of them?
We have a roster.
Are we allowed to look at the roster to see who is here? See if there's anyone that we might recognize?
He looks to the ground and kind of eyes his scepter as he spins it into the grass, making a small hole in the ground next to you all. Before picking it up and looking inside, and there's a small pool of glitter that begins to swirl. Like a magic 8-ball, a die comes up from the ground with no written on it. Well, the carnival has spoken. You're not quite ready.
There's
No.
not really a list. It's fake. They're just
Did you say it's fake? Feyke. Never mind. And he kind of hangs his head in shame and looks back at Robin.
aha! Oh, I get it.
Apologies.
Is the is that like answer that came out of the thing still there?
It kind of, as the mist of the carnival that's kind of always on the ground travels over it, it disappears.
Is it the same
Alright.
color dye that we saw in the mirror?
Yes. They are all white with black dots.
Got it. Cool.
Would it be too late to cast minor illusion on
On
the
the
thing
die.
so it says yes instead of no?
I mean, the hole's still there. You can do what you want.
Mr. Light, are you sure? Let me- Look, it says yes.
Mr. Light looks down at the ground, into his hole, and looks back at you, Lofus. Well, you appear to know more than me. Why don't you take your group to the roster then?
I shall. Thank you for your permission.
Robin?
I don't know if I noticed Lofus change it. I probably didn't, so I can't metagame here.
I mean, you were all looking at the ground. Anybody could have seen this. I mean, it's not easily missed. This is a hole in the ground with a magic 8-ball swirly inside with a die that kind of plopped up and made a plopping sound as it surfaced.
I have one more question for you. Has anyone ever won all of the games here at the carnival?
Often people do.
Are they rewarded in kind?
Information is easily attained here at the Witchlight Carnival.
Where's Mr. Witch?
In our wagon. Why do you ask?
I've just seen you walking about the space. I've seen you performing. I have yet to see Mr. Witch doing the same.
Mr. Witch is a bit of a recluse. He tends to only be where he is needed and nowhere else.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting weird vibes from this dude, and I just
No,
wanna
Bay's like, that's what makes him so attractive. Why put him in the fan fiction?
the Fey Frog is definitely feeling it as well.
Yeah.
Are you both insight checking?
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
14 for Gunther.
11 for Robin.
Okay.
I'm
You
hearkening
both-
back to the line in the poem where the sneers upon their face, you know, like the undercurrents underneath the happiness of the carnival.
You begin to notice for the first time that Mr. Light has tattoos on his forearms. His right arm, he has a gradual line of faces going from very upset to very happy. And all of them have their eyes shut except for the happiest one. There's one past that looks almost elated. Like, almost so happy you could explode. This is number 7 out of 8 faces on his right arm. And on the left, there are hourglasses. Only 2 of them are turned upside down and fully drained. The third one is still, the sand is in the top.
Are the faces mirror reflections of the same face that we can see on the map? The mood guide?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta break the carnival. We have to make it okay. Yeah. All right. Gunther, you're picking up what okay, cool. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Well then an absolute pleasure it is to have you here. And thank you for answering our questions. Yeah, I know that you do like giving out prizes, and there are a good many people here that would love to be able to shake your hand. I'm sure you'd probably bring a lot of joy. Do you have any prizes that you'd like us to give out as representatives of the carnival, Mr. Light? We seem to be picking up quite a bit of a crowd. We've been performing, we've been doing our best, and I don't know if you can notice the amount of individuals that just like to be in our wake. Wouldn't it behoove the carnival for us to spread a little joy for you?
The look on Mr. Light's face goes from a half smile to a very straight-lipped sneer. As he looks right at you, Robin, you can tell that the twinkle in his eye has now dimmed, and he has a bit of a twitch
Okay.
on his right cheek.
Good. All right.
You do see the carnival mood on his right arm goes down 1. We are now on smiley face number 6.
Okay.
Right next to, they get kind of no emotion-y in the center
All right.
before we get back down to the no thank you faces.
Cool.
And Mr. Light nods and goes, might take a little bit longer for me to come fetch you than I originally said. Have a great night. And he'll disappear behind the small carnival gate.
Did you make him mad?
We made the carnival mad.
It's a lover's quarrel. It's fine.
Your insight check was high enough. Those roses did not come from Mr. Light, Robin.
They did not.
They did not.
I'm
There's no evidence of thorn stuff having bloodied his hands.
Got it. Yeah.
Nope.
Let's rock this place. Let's bring the noise. Let's bring the heat. I think we're in it to win it. Thoy, Bay, I think you two should go catch a dragon.
What do we gotta roll, baby? Hey, that's my name.
Oh, Thoy, you're still muted.
Oh, you're muted.
I forgot, sorry. So she says, "Let's go, Bunny Blossom," and she takes Bunny Blossom out and heads toward the tent.
Oh, I thought she was talking about me.
Oh, I mean,
No,
would you
for real,
also like me to call you Bunny Blossom? It might get a little bit confusing.
I don't know. I just thought you gave me a cute nickname and I blushed, but then I
Would
realized
you
we
like
were
me to
talking
give
about
you a
something
cute
else.
nickname? I'd probably have to think about it. I'm not very good at naming
It's
things.
okay.
Eagle.
I'd rather not have a spontaneous one. If you want to think about it, that's fine.
All right.
Nobody's ever
Okay.
given me a nickname before, so.
I mean, I would call you Bunny Blossom. It would just be very, very confusing to the other Bunny Blossom.
I understand. I don't want to take anybody's name.
Okay.
So I'm gonna jump in. I'm assuming, is there like a starting line?
You guys approach this stand. The person in front goes, "Prizes, prizes! Catch the fairy dragon by the tail and win a piece of its hoard." And this is a very much like muddied pig pen kind of a situation where the dragons are only able to fly so high, but they're definitely flying high enough that you're going to have to reach to grab one of their tails. The dragons are flying where their tails are kind of dangling at a right angle, so you are able to easily pull them down without hurting them. You will not be putting strain on their spines, Though I know that's probably something a druid would know is a bad thing for dragons. So if you guys are just kind of jumping in, this is a free for all. There are a bunch of small children kind of giggling and elatedly jumping up one by one, trying to grab the dragons. You see a couple do grab dragons, hold them in their arms for a minute, give them a quick cuddle, and then go to collect their prizes. You guys will have 3 chances to do these. These are wisdom, perception checks. So I do need perception checks from you guys. Go ahead and give me one at advantage, Thoe, and one just a straight roll for you, Bay.
All right. She's gonna say, "All right, Bunny Blossom, you got to make it a little bit challenging because it's not gonna look fair if you just make it super easy."
I got a 17.
17.
It's rolling. Maybe.
So if
Is it rolling?
you want,
Oh, I
you can
forgot
give
to.
me.
I forgot to roll at advantage, so I'm just gonna roll twice because that first roll was a 2 plus 5.
That's fair. You are easily allowed to put Bunny Blossom into the ring. She looks like any other yellow dragon.
Wow. Okay. Well, she took this really seriously when I said don't make it too easy. And she got really distracted and had a lot of fun and started playing with the kids because I rolled with a plus 5, a 7 and a 14.
Neither of those get it, unfortunately, Thoe. What'd you get, Bay?
17.
Bay, you don't get it either, buddy. You are both reaching for the stars here to try and get these dragons. This is
It
a
was a
much
straight up
more
wisdom,
difficult
right?
game.
Not a safe, correct?
This is perception.
Oh,
You add your modifier?
You're gonna have a
Yeah.
higher perception,
oh,
Thoe.
yeah, that should have been
Yeah.
a plus 11. So technically it was a 2 plus 11. Technically it was a 13 and then a 9 plus 11. So technically the second one was a 20.
Thoe, you do successfully catch Bunny Blossom, kind of yoinking her out of the sky, giving her a quick cuddle, and allowing her to float back up to the ceiling as she flaps her little fairy dragon wings to start recircling.
I accidentally rolled again. I don't know if you want to keep it or not, but it's a
That can be your second roll. I was about to ask, what was the second one?
13.
Bay, you are just trying your absolute best, buddy, but you can't quite get there. You're only about an inch off. Thoe, go ahead. What'd you get?
All right. Roll. Come on. Whoo! The second one was a nat 20. That's a 31.
Yeah, it was.
31. Oh.
Wow. Thoe, you jump into the air, and you know what? You're going after Bunny Blossom, but why not just, yank another one of these down at the same time? Double fist it.
Oh my
You have Bunny Blossom in one hand and a small red fairy dragon in the other. They both look at you with little giant pupil eyeballs. Very, very cute. And you get 2 successes for a nat 20. So you automatically get your prize, bud. You can go ahead and step out of the ring.
This looks way fun. Can Gunther jump in real fast?
Sure, Gunther can hop in. That sounds great. Go
Yeah.
ahead, little frogman. Give
This
it your best shot.
Yeah,
They,
this sounds very
unfortunately,
fun.
after
I lump out.
after Bay jumps out and tags in Gunther. Gunther, what'd you get, buddy? Perception check.
Perception check. We get those at advantage. 'Cause wait, the best thing I ever got was those goggles. 21.
21.
21. Gunther, after being tagged in by your teammate, you instantly are able to jump into the sky in this small bin. And you grab a dragon and cuddle it, release it. You can go ahead and try again if you'd like.
22.
22. Second dragon does not stand a chance, Gunther. You grab this thing by the tail so darn quick. And you may join Thoe. I need you both once again to roll d8s, and you can collect your prizes. After what just
he's going to let Bay take the prize.
Oh no, I won a prize already. Don't worry about it.
You've got a prize already?
Yeah, I won the poetry prize.
Okay.
I'm just a sore loser.
That's fair.
In chat.
An 8. Oh my god. Well, I had to reset the table here, so because number 8 was already taken. Thoe, you get another uncommon item, buddy. You get a little bag of pixie dust, which I love for Thoe so much.
She's not gonna use it. A little
No!
pixie pranks bag.
But she doesn't know it's a bag of pixie pranks. She just knows it's a bag of pixie dust. I can work with this.
Yeah, you can dust this on yourself or another creature within 5 feet, and they gain flying speed of 30 feet, and they're able to hover for 1 minute.
Oh, see, it's not pixie pranks. There you go, Scribe.
Oh, there you go. Mother of Cats, I have an odd question.
Uh-huh.
There's Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the carnival is its own presence. Do we feel it now? Like, do we sense this undercurrent of, like, the carnival?
You two, specifically Gunther and Robin, after seeing the tattoos on Mr. Light, you have put 2 and 2 together that your actions directly influence, as special guests of this carnival, the whole mood of this place.
Could I do something weird?
You think I'm gonna say no?
When Thoe and Gunther win this game,
Yeah.
could I spend 10 minutes helping the kids that are playing this game win? Like burning my if it maybe we've been going about this in a way that, yes, we're having fun, but maybe the times that the carnival has moved is when we've affected the mood as a whole rather than our own individual mood. It's when we entertained everyone at the spectacle of the big top, or when people were watching. So if that's the case, maybe we have to go out to go in. And Robin thinking that, I'm willing to burn all of my bardic inspirations to just cheer on the kids in this game. Oh, you can do it. Oh, you almost got it. And trying to get everyone else in as, like, if we're going to help the carnival wants people to have fun, we can facilitate that. Yeah, go ahead, Bay.
So Bay is going to kind of go with that energy and, like, because they were so bad, like, make the kids laugh. You know when you're with a kid and you, like, fake being bad at something to make them laugh? That's, like, what Bay's doing, trying to grab the dragon tails and just failing epically. But to make the experience fun. Maybe there's a kid there who is having a hard time.
Absolutely help out and kick herself for not thinking of it first.
It's a great idea.
So is everybody helping?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm helping out.
I'll burn a psychic dice to help out. Some kid who's like yay far off, just like shunt them up to touch the fairy dragon. I can get behind this.
Me and my Echo will help out too.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
The slowest, fattest kid in this group who can't catch dragons rides on the kazoo. And they're just kazooing all over the place to catch these dragons. Like, the kid that looks like they're not having a good time, that they're not fast at all. I'm gonna let them ride on the kazoo, and just I want to actively work to change the mood and make this the hot spot.
You guys notice. What do I want? I want. Oh my gosh. You're not doing this like sneakily though, right? You're doing this so everybody can clearly see that all of you are definitely trying to, not nefariously whatsoever.
No.
I just need to be very clear. No ulterior motives. Okay. Everybody. I will say this. You're not just persuading these kids. You're persuading the carnival to realize the reckoning that is this 5-person party, all from different walks of life. Everybody give me a persuasion check, I think.
Yeah.
I think that'll be good.
Since I'm burning all of my bardic inspirations, could everyone add a d6 to this persuasion
Sure.
roll?
Okay. Absolutely, you can. Yes.
Fantabulous.
Oh, nice. 13.
Oh, my +0 stat. Amazing.
Okay.
9 from me.
9 from Lofus. Thoe?
13 as well.
13 as well. Okay.
With the inspiration, that's an 11.
Gunther, good. And Robin?
Hang on.
Come on. Big money, no
Got
whammies.
this, buddy.
42. I'm just kidding.
No, it's not.
20 on the dice.
Oh, there we are. There we are. Oh my gosh. 15.
15? Okay.
But you
This
get
is
your own
very-
d6, yeah?
This is very fun for me. You guys did not roll badly by any means. Thoe, you hear all of the sudden a rattling in your bag from Candlekeep. As you all kind of feel the air swirling around you, you can't see it, but the carnival's mood is changing as we speak. Thoe, are you doing anything to your bag? Are you peeking inside, reaching a hand in there?
Yeah, well, if it's acting differently, then absolutely she would look inside.
Okay. There are 2 die. Both. One is a 6 and one is a 3. At the bottom of your bag.
Okay.
We're making progress.
Well, that's a 2, but other than that, because never mind. We're back like 2. She picks them up and says, "Did anybody else get dice?"
I need everybody to roll initiative as 2 owlbears manifest out of these die that Thoe has pulled out of her bag.
What?
And everybody, let me know.
Oh no,
what
gang.
what you get here.
I've just given away all my bardic inspirations. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, you have, buddy.
Am I allowed to use my L action figure for a refill?
If you sure.
No,
you
I'm
can
gonna
use
wait.
it for
I'm gonna
this.
wait.
I'm going to take this
Okay.
at disadvantage because owl bears are trauma for Gunther. That's more like it. Cool.
Alrighty. Bae, what'd you get, buddy?
Calico?
What'd you
Oh,
get?
sorry. Did you say me?
Yeah.
I got a 10.
10. Robin?
11.
Thoe?
10.
Alrighty. What's your dex?
My dex is 3.
And Bae, what's your dex?
My dex is 4.
Okay. So it's going to go Bay, then Thoe, and Lofus.
8.
Oof.
8. Alrighty. So we've got the 2 owlbears, followed by Robin, followed by Bay, followed by Thoe, followed by Lofus.
What
And
about
me.
Gunther?
Gunther, I didn't even ask you.
With disadvantage, I still rolled a 14.
All right, you're going right after the owlbears.
Fantastic.
Fabulous. They both do get to take actions on you guys due to the surprise attack that they have very successfully gotten over on you all. They are just going to let's see who's closest to them. Thoe, unfortunately, they're going after you, buddy. You were nice enough to take them out of their bag. They're both going to
That's fair.
take claw attacks at you. Does an 11 hit and does a 26 hit?
The 11 does not, but the 26 just barely does.
Perfect. You take 8 points of piercing damage from the one on your right. You guys see as Thoe takes out Die from her bag. They fall to the ground. 2 owlbears manifest out of both of them, almost in that same green mist that keeps happening to everybody.
Ooh.
Alrighty. So the owlbear's turn. Gunther, go ahead, bud. Robin, you're on deck.
Gunther is because no one. Wait, I have an ally with 5 feet. I've never done this before. This is a sneak attack for a rogue.
Oh, the party is level 4, by the way, just so chat knows. I gave everybody a level.
Yeah.
Happy first combat of the campaign, everybody. Go ahead, Gunther.
Fantastic. This is gonna be great. So Gunther's gonna take his 2 empty dagger holders, and all of a sudden you're gonna see those psychic daggers come up, and he's just gonna go to town on an owlbear. So.
Wait, no. Oh, not Thoe.
Does a 12 hit
Hey,
the owlbear?
Everybody moved.
Well, we lost
Sorry.
our. Oh no, you're
Yeah.
fine. You're fine.
Yeah, we're good. A 12 does not hit the owlbear, Gunther.
Cool, because I'm making an attack with one of my psychic dies or psychic daggers. I can make another attack with a psychic dagger, I believe. As long as I have a free hand, I can do it. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Which I do. So we're gonna try this one more time. That was a 25.
25 absolutely hits, bud.
Cool. So that's 1d6. So that's 10 psychic damage to the owlbear. And
Okay.
then
The one that hit Thoe or the one that did not manage to hit Thoe?
the one that hit Thoe. Absolutely. 1000%. And then what's my sneak attack this level? Class traits. The sneak attack this level is 2d6. So let's roll those 2d6. Bam. That's another 10.
Another 10.
10
All right.
piercing.
So 20 total. All right. Perfect. This owlbear instantly looks very hurt. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
Bonus action disengage. We're gonna back right back up.
All right. Perfect. Gunther, that is your turn. Yes. And then we've got Robin. Bay, you're on deck.
Can I catch them in a 20-foot cube? The 2 of them. Tail end of it.
Yes.
All right.
Without, as long as you can do it without hitting Thoe. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a Furious Mischief. A 20-foot cube hits in the space, and then we don't know what happens, but mischievous and chaotic energy surround the 2 owl bears in this cube of chaotic energy, and then we get to roll to see what actually happens to him.
Do I roll? Do you roll? What are we rolling?
I'm gonna roll. Okay. All right. Ooh, bouquets of flowers appear all around, and the 2 owl bears look down at the flowers, and as they do, the flowers squirt water at them in the face. Like joke flowers. They need to make dexterity saving throws against my spell save DC, or they're blinded.
Wow. All right. Well, they rolled a 14 and a 15. Do either of those save?
Both of those save because we're level 4. So
Darn. Okay.
so Aetheria's Mischief, the cube is still there. Yeah. Yeah,
All right. Is
it's
this
all
kind
good
of
to
like
go.
an every round it has a different effect kind of a thing?
Every round it has a different effect, and I can move the cube, Aetheria's cube, 10 feet if they move. So, cool, that's my turn.
Are you moving it so that does anybody who moves into that on their turn it takes effect? So anybody in
Yeah,
melee,
I'm trying to catch
right?
the tail end of them. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, so, like,
Absolutely.
I can, yeah.
Just making sure I figured. All right. Bay, go ahead, bud. Though you're
Oh.
on deck.
Am I from the 2 owlbears?
You guys are all within 10 feet of them. Like
Oh,
this
okay.
happened very, yeah.
I guess I'm going to use my boomerang, and I'm assuming I can only hit one, or am I allowed to like try to bend the rules and like have it curve?
I do cleave damage, so if you down one, you can, but that's it.
25.
Holy crap, buddy! Well, that hits.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your damage?
6 bludgeoning.
Okay. Are we still going after the one that hit Thoe?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I would like to move so I'm within 5. I'm sorry. So I'm within 5 feet of as many of our allies, but mainly Thoe. So if I can't be within 5 feet of anybody else, I'll at least be 5 feet from her.
Right now, you and Thoe are the front lines, bud.
Okay.
All right, Thoe, what are you doing? You now have a bay next to you.
I'm reopening my character sheet because I have a couple of Thoes. It closed down. I reopened it and just realized I was like, I've got so many spells right now. I just realized that I reopened a level 20 Thoe.
Wow.
She has way more spells than my Thoe. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I was like, whoa, I do not have any of those spells. Hang on.
Incredible.
This is terrible. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I've got the 2 that are right on me, right?
You betcha.
Both owlbears are kind of up on me.
They are, yeah, within 5 feet. Mm-hmm.
Then I think this only works on one of them. No, it works on both. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. So any creature in the area where the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dex saving throw. So hopefully both of them get Fairy Fired. They both have to make a dex save of 14.
That's 2 11s.
That'll work. So that way everybody has advantage against these guys.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
For the next minute.
Very good.
And that's it. But hopefully that helps.
Absolutely.
And I'll get the right. Oh yeah.
Good turn, Thoe. Lofus, what are you up to?
Me and my Echo will both approach on either side of Thoe.
Sure.
One each. And we're both going to attack. I'm going to be using Manifest Echo to make my Echo attack as well.
Okay, cool.
So this is for my attack, and that'll be 19 to hit.
And 19 hits.
And this next one will be for, 26 to hit for my Echo.
Man, 26 just does it, Lofus. That was a close call, buddy. Lofus, as you surge forward, you clearly mean business, buddy. Go ahead and do your damage.
Lofus, don't play around. I promise you that. 15 to hit on the first one, which is the one that hit Thoe.
Okay.
And on the other one, it'll be 11 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 11 damage. Sorry.
I was going to say, I figured this is 15 and 11. All right.
And that'll be my turn for that.
Alrighty. Perfect. So that is the owlbear's turn. The one in front of Thoe, not looking too hot. It is bloody in a lot of places, and it's missing a couple claws at this point from trying to block attacks against it, but it is going to make actually its attacks against Lophis are you either way. One of the two Lophuses that is currently on the battlefield. The one right in front of Thoe is going to attack first. We are going to do does a 14 hit you, Lophus?
A 14 does not.
What about a 15?
A 15 does not.
Okay, the first owlbear swipes and gnaws at Lophus's general direction. Nothing. The second one, that is 2 nat 20s from the second one, buddy.
Is it against my Echo or is that against real Lophus?
Whichever one is which one did 11 damage?
11 damage would be the Echo.
All right, then the Echo's taking 2 nat 20s.
Oof.
Well, on the first hit, it disappears. My Echo only has 1 HP.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Well, the owlbear is quite stupid, so it will take its second attack just at the next closest thing. Bay, that happens to be you. I'm assuming a nat 20 hits you.
Silvery barbs. So I'm going to use my reaction to make them roll
Perfect.
again, and you'll take the lower of that roll. So anything less than a nat 20 is going to be good.
26.
Yeah, I mean,
Still-
yeah.
Yeah.
Still not double damage though.
They
Still-
still rolled a 19.
Still not double damage.
All right. Good deal. You take 14 slashing damage, Bay, from this second one's claws. Alrighty. That brings us to Gunther.
Yeah, that worked so good. We're gonna do it again. So the really bloodied one, Gunther's just gonna go up and then take another slash at it with the psychic daggers.
Excellent.
A 23 to hit.
Perfect.
So that is gonna be that's 6 psychic damage.
Good. Okay.
And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pump those 2d6 with the sneak attack in there. Because they're fairy fired.
Yeah.
So that's another 6 slashing for it.
This owlbear in front of Thoe and Gunther, not Gunther, real Lophus is looking very on the brink of death, buddy. Very
cool.
good job.
Cool. Bonus action disengage from it, and as I'm leaving, manifests the second one and throws it as he backs up.
Okay.
So this one doesn't do the d6, but this one does the d4. Does an 18 hit?
Yep. Sure do.
This one's a d4 of psychic. Here it is. D4 plus 4. So that's another 7 as he slings it back.
Buddy, how do you kill this thing?
It's just this is the one time Gunther has felt super confident now, and especially since it's vindication from how he got here. So the first one is just, and then as he jumps back to disengage, she just, as midair, just throws it and it just hits him right between. But then it just hits it, just disappears. There's no mark or anything else along those lines. The blade hits it, disappears, and the owlbear just falls.
Wowza. Alrighty. Does that complete your turn, Gunther?
That is it.
Fabulous turn, buddy. Alrighty. Robin, Bay, you're on deck.
Are there any owlbears still standing?
One.
There's one still standing. Okay.
The other one seems really good. He's having a good time.
He's having
still raring to go.
He's still raring to go. Okay, perfect. Yep. I don't know whether I want to keep a Furious Mischief. Yeah, why not? It's fun for me. I'm just gonna maintain concentration on a Furious Mischief. That's going full force. It doesn't say roll again at the start of your turns until the spell ends, but I guess I can just keep it going and see what happens. So we'll do this. A 1. The smell of apple pie fills the air. And
Aw.
each creature in the cube has to succeed on a wisdom save, or it's
Okay.
charmed by me until the start of my next turn.
It's a 12.
No, that's a failure. Uh, so the owl bear is charmed by me.
Fun. Okay.
So I don't know what that means in terms of the situation. But for my bonus action, I'll just look over at the crowd and try to play towards the crowd a little bit. You know what I'll do? I'll use my movement to walk up next to the owl bear. Or like get with it and be like, and what will our evil villain do for the heroes that are bravely fighting for the Witchlight Carnival? They need your cheers to become more powerful. Let's hear it. And I'll just start playing to the crowd like this is a stunt extravaganza show.
Boy. All right. Well, it can't attack you, but this thing,
We're
Robin,
best buddies. We're best
as you
buds.
step into its space, looks at you. You know how owls constantly just look mad because their brow is permanently furrowed by the direction of their feathers?
He's
It's
furrowed.
looking at you, but this thing's pupils are huge as it stares down onto your face. Like his eyes are just filled with, oh, buddy, kind of a look like thank you. Does that complete your turn, Robin?
Yeah, I pee a little as a free action, seeing how big this thing is, and then that's my turn.
I love that that's canon in this party. Bay, go ahead, bud. What are you doing? You're right next to this thing.
Well, I'm just going to take a step back, about 10, maybe 10 feet back, and then just, Bay is going to lean back onto his forearms and use Fist of Unbroken Air on the last owlbear because they've been waiting for a very long time to do anything like this, and they're like, you know what, we're probably overreacting, but it's okay. And the owlbear needs to make a strength saving throw.
Are
14.
you away of the
I
four
love
elements,
that.
monk?
22.
Are you kidding?
Owlbear rolled a 17 with a +5.
They are constituted strong boys.
Very beefy bear boys with owl
I'm
faces.
Set. Fine. Let's see if I can do a bonus action. All right. I'm going to spend a key point to do flurry of blows and attack.
Perfect.
24.
Hits.
Nice. 5 damage.
Hey, better than 0.
It says 2 unarmed strikes, so I'm assuming I roll twice.
For
Okay.
flurry of blows, yeah.
Oh, a 19.
Yep, also hits.
And another 5 damage.
Perfect. Still looking okay. Owlbear blinks a couple of times and just readdresses Robin with its stare. Does that complete your turn, Bay?
Yeah, I'll hold my reaction.
Alrighty. Zoe, what are you
Am
doing?
I next to, am I 5 feet away from Robin?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll wait.
Okay.
Gosh, Zoe is not combat. So rather than getting an attack of opportunity, she's going to try to push this owlbear away from her. So she's going to try to use Gus in order to do that. He is medium, right? Medium or smaller? They're still considered medium? Or are they considered large? They're considered large. Ooh, never mind. And she would know that because that's a cantrip. That's something she's had.
She absolutely would. Yes.
Okay. Well, then. Oh. Okay. This is weird. So if she were to step behind, because she can see what's going on and she would be familiar with this spell. If she were to step behind Robin, would that still have an attack of opportunity?
No, this thing is not fixated on anything but Robin right now.
Okay. So what she's going to do is she's going to step behind Robin and say, I really didn't want to hurt you. I mean, do you want to turn back into a dice and go back into my bag? and that's it.
Are you stepping like to the side of the bear?
Well, the bear's right in front of her, correct? And then you're right next to her, right?
Right. So you're stepping in
So she's
front of me,
stepping behind you
behind
because
me.
he's
Okay.
not going to attack you.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
So
Yeah.
she's trying
Love
to
it.
convince him to just turn back. Not that that's even probably possible, but
Yeah.
if he would just turn back into a dice, she would put him back in her bag. That's all. Hello.
Zoe, I'm not gonna make you roll for this because unfortunately Charmed is stronger than unless you roll like a nat 20 persuasion check to get this thing's
that's
attention
fine.
to be put on you. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I just also didn't want to mess up his charm by attacking. So,
Perfect. Does that complete your turn then? You're staying behind
that is
Robin?
it.
Lofus.
Alrighty. I will approach, and then on one side of Robin, facing the owlbear.
I will give you flanking if you go behind the owlbear because Robin is in front.
Wouldn't I be inside of that cube for the effects, though? Which is why I do not want to do that.
Well, I mean, who isn't charmed by me? Lilfis, you're already pretty charmed by me.
I've been charmed once
What?
before. Let's not discuss it.
Sometimes I hate that you all pay attention to theater of the mind because I had a plan, Lofus, but that's fine. You can go in front of the owlbear. That's okay.
And while I'm in front, I should use my bonus action to summon my Echo, who is immune to conditions such as that, into the space, and we shall both
Naturally.
attack. Is it still under the effects of fairy fire?
Yes, I believe. Right, Zoe? It lasts for a minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
10 rounds.
All right,
You're
so
good.
I will be attacking twice using Unleash Incarnation.
Mhm. Robin, I need to remind you too that as this owlbear is looking at you with a loving gaze, you get to watch its face every time it gets hurt. So I hope that's fun for you.
It's not. It's not.
Every time it
at all.
winces.
Well, to be fair, this was started by attacking Zoe, so all
true.
all sympathy went out the window.
Assuming a 24 and a 26 hit, it'll be
Yes.
22 damage total.
22 damage total. All right. This thing is no longer looking super great. Robin, you're up and close and personal with this thing. Lofus, obviously, you can tell the kind of damage that you're doing. It does not look great. Does that complete your turn?
That does.
All right. This owlbear, it is so hurt at this point. It's going to well, you know what? It's charmed, but it's allowed to attack other people.
It is.
Lofus, this thing is gonna turn around, or you know what? One of you is in front of it, right?
Yeah, one of them is in front and one is behind. The one behind is inside the cube.
Cool. It's gonna make both of its attacks against you. What about? So it's a 14 and an 18.
Both miss.
Both miss. All right. Perfect. That is its whole turn. Goes back to looking at Robin. Great. Okay, Gunther.
Gunther is with the taking down the first owlbear. He's really there's a little bit of catharsis in his body, considering the fact that he could have taken the first bugbear or not bugbear, but the owlbear that he fought. And he's like, well, we can do one, we can do it again. And he's going to kind of go up right next to Lofus and just take a couple slashes at it.
Fabulous.
19 to hit.
Does.
So 9 psychic.
This thing
And-
is swaying back and forth.
8 for the sneak attack.
That actually. Oh, damage.
Yep, 8 more for
Gunther,
the sneak.
how do you kill this second owlbear?
Ooh,
So
baby.
I think it's the same thing. So he goes for the first slash, and for flavor, as it's going down, it's like, well, I forgive you for putting me here. And he walks away. As he starts to walk away, he just throws one more dagger, and then he just walks away. And then he just sits by a tree and slumps down and starts almost crying.
Alrighty, we are out of initiative. Does anybody have anything they would like to do right now as these owlbears crumple to the ground and turn back into the dice in which they came? Both hit the ground and they are now ones.
I will approach Gunther and kind of crouch down next to him as he's crying and say, "What you did was very brave, and lives up to the Von Gunther name, as you may have heard."
Yeah, me and owlbears don't have a real good relationship. And this is like the second time we've dealt with owlbears or owlbear adjacent literature, and I feel rather targeted, and I'm glad it's done.
Faye is going to take a feather so that they can pat Gunther's back and be like, there, because they can't touch Gunther's back.
Yeah,
Is that not true?
I mean, he's got a jacket on, so like
Oh, okay. I
he's
did
got
not
like a little
realize.
duster. He's got a little duster on.
So it doesn't soak through the jacket. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. I learn something every day.
All right, can we like avoid bugbears for the rest of the time, or not bugbears, but owlbears for the rest of the time here?
I mean, I'm sorry about pulling the dice out of my bag. I didn't
You
realize
didn't.
they were going to turn into owlbears.
You didn't know, and I just avoid.
See, I feel like
Uh,
we have been avoiding them. We've just been failing at it.
We've just been running into random owlbears. How does the carnival feel?
Gunther, as you are leaning against this giant tree, I will say the same tree that is just outside of where you guys were in the feasting orchard. Right beside you, you hear that familiar clacking, that clickety, like two dice rubbing together, as a gentleman in a long black trench coat with a top hat pulled over his brow almost in his eyes, with a pocket watch laden in gold dangling out of one of his pockets, kind of the sole of one foot with a knee bent up against the bark of the tree, leaning back, head down, dice in his hand. You look up as the side of the tree almost quivers under this man's weight, as he whispers under his breath, "This is interesting. You all come into carnival. You make mess. You fix mess. You bring owlbears. This is not good for image.
Mr.
Perhaps,
Mr. Witch.
indeed, perhaps Mr. Light and I will need to reconsider our meeting. Unfortunately, there are individuals in Carnival that would more benefit from your mischief than our wagon. We will see you later this evening." And he puts a foot down to the ground, and black mist erupts from the ground as he is swallowed into the tree trunk itself. And that's where we're going to end our session.
What?
It
Well
wasn't
done,
our
buddies.
fault.
While Indigo is pulling up a raid, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Thank you all for being here. What a wonderful session. Always love good combat. I think this cast is finally figuring out what they need to do a little bit. I will be sending everybody some details this week. And I just want to say we're gonna raid here in a second here.
Yep.
Fabulous.
We're going to go over
Oh.
Tripod Bay.
We have raiders here. That's fun.
Oh no, they just got here.
Oh no!
Our table.
It just ended.
Kydekin Ryder. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, buddies.
Do we have extra poems?
You know what's funny? I do. I have one that I didn't use. Hold
Does
on, let me
anyone wanna
find
hear
it real quick.
Let me cancel that raid and we'll do that and then I'll re-raid.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. Oh no, Raiders, please don't judge me.
I mean, to be fair, Minnie B did redeem a Mocat's poetry corner earlier in the game.
What? I didn't even see. Mini B. Listen.
Mini B.
No, I will rectify that and do something special for. Oh my god! There's two. There's two of them. Okay. Well, Raiders, I make poems based off of things. If you guys want to give me like a D&D monster or something, maybe that'd be fun. I can write a poem about it in 5 minutes or less. That's what I'm trying to do. I will read this one real quick.
Make a poem about a beholder.
About a beholder. Okay.
You're
Does
super
everybody
easy
want
to
to
write.
chat about the session for a second while I do that?
Thank you all so much for tuning in to tonight's epic Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. For all of our new raiders, welcome. We've got lots of great stuff coming up this week. Stay tuned to the Discord for the latest and greatest. We've got some one-shots coming down the pipeline, including a pirate one-shot that's going to be coming up at the end of this week. And then I kind of want to do some one-shots. I've been talking to Indigo a little bit about this. I want to do some one-shots that are set in different time periods, if that makes sense. So like 1940s, 1950s. I'm thinking some pre-colonial stuff. This is mainly because I've been watching a lot of Outlander and stuff like that. Like I want to do some set during the Revolutionary War. So stay tuned to that. Everybody here on the channel has been very kind when I get these weird ideas for one shots and things of that sort. So stay tuned. On Sunday is our Strahd Sucks game, an irreverent romp through Barovia. You can join us on this very special episode of Strahd Sucks, where a few of the individuals are going to go talk to the Wizard of Weeds. All of my players get bonuses to their rolls if they wear tie-dyed outfits for that Sunday game. Oh man, kids, I usually write weird stuff, but this is weird even for me. So tune in for some of the oddest monsters and the most innovative uses of fog cloud that you can possibly imagine for this particular game. So if you like your Strahd and your vampires with a little side of like, what the hell, this is going to be the game for you.
We've got everything.
Wow.
We've got fire genasies. We've got undead people. We've got vampires attacking other vampires.
That's true.
Mocap.
Very true.
Mother of Cats, are you ready?
I am ready. Beholders are mighty, flying and flighty. Maybe they're born with it, maybe they're eyes. Tonight was a blast. It went super fast. I appreciate all of you guys.
Yay!
Yay. Alrighty. I do owe you guys another one. I'll just give everybody a free, maybe bless for a sesh for next session. That way we can, is that fair? I think that's worth 5,000 channel points. Alrighty, gang. Well, thank you, Raiders. Thank you, chat. Thank you, cats. As always, Indigo Connect and Hard Hands Out.
Hard hands
Everybody.
out.
Yay.
And we're clear.
Oh,